As the thermometer rises toward the temperature of Venus, towns and cities around the world begin to smolder. Ray Bradbury was right. Paper really does start blowing up at Fahrenheit 451. Skyscrapers around the world turn into towering infernos. The outer rooms of the building would be what burns hottest. That's because it's most exposed to that 900-degree furnace from the outside. The outside of the building will probably pull away, begin to drop off. Steel begins to soften and lose strength at 600 degrees Fahrenheit. As the world goes up in flames, everything from homes to skyscrapers burns and collapses. Despite the heat on Venus, it's actually a dim, darkened world, shielded by clouds that blot out the sun. But those clouds hold a secret so deadly that even if you could survive the incredible heat and pressure of Venus, you'd never survive this. And the super-rotating clouds of Venus have another nasty trait that would make it pointless to carry an umbrella.
The clouds on Venus are made of sulfuric acid. They are not very lovely clouds from our perspective. You wouldn't want to go flying in an airplane with the windows open through the clouds of Venus.
Especially because when these clouds rain, they rain almost pure sulfuric acid.
On Earth, we have coal plants that release materials that dissolve in rainwater, and it rains slightly acidic water. However, on Venus, we have an acid rain beyond comprehension.
It's so hot on Venus that the acid rain evaporates before it hits the ground. But what would happen if sulfuric acid ever rained down on the surface of the Earth? A simple experiment, mixing sulfuric acid with sugar, shows what it would do to the human body.
I have some sulfuric acid here in this beaker, and I have an organic compound that has lots of carbon and oxygen and hydrogen, actually just sugar from an ordinary kitchen. When I add the sulfuric acid, what's going to happen, it's actually going to pull the water out, dehydrate it, and produce a violent chemical reaction. So first I should put on some safety equipment, make sure I don't get any of the fumes. So adding the sulfuric acid to the sugar, which we're doing here, would be the analog of what would happen on Venus if some of that sulfuric acid in the atmosphere got in contact with some organic life. Now, having stirred it, I'm going to get out of the way.
The sulfuric acid turns the sugar into a pillar of almost pure carbon. So, if it ever rained sulfuric acid on the surface of the Earth, most life would be reduced to carbon pillars just like that. But what about our cities and monuments? Paris, France. If a corrosive downpour of sulfuric acid descended on the iron structure of the Eiffel Tower. As sulfuric acid hits iron, it turns the iron into iron sulfate. Iron sulfate is crumbly, grainy, it can crystallize, it's rather brittle, doesn't contribute to any strength at all. You will get a kind of a little bit of a green cloud around the Eiffel Tower because you have so much acid coming so fast. And then you begin to see the first little signs of failure in the arches that hold the entire structure up. And you begin to see a slight deformation, and some of the rivets begin to fail. And as they fail, the structure itself begins to warp on its own weight and then fall.